I have to cleanse them. They don't look good. If I was always expecting the worst from you, you would not be here. I'm not fond of texts like that right off the bat. I look at that like gaslighting and trying to manipulate. It's like a trigger for me. I won't respond, period. Okay. I understand. Yesterday we got off on the wrong foot. I've dealt with shit from Haley from weeks now. When I hired her back, my specific thing to Haley was, I don't want excuses. I want you here doing your fucking job. Every time it was always something. Mm-hmm. She promised coming back in here it was not going to be always something. Last week it was something else. This week it was something else. And then right off the bat I get hit with, my hand is burned. I understand things, but I'm also over it. Right. With Haley. Like, I really don't fucking care if your hand is burned. Like, let me see it. Are you being a sissy? So at that time, I feel like you kind of baby people in here. And in my mind, when you're coming at me like, well, Randall should have had stitches and Fudidetta should have done this, I start taking that. I take it personally right off the bat because to me, you kind of antagonize them to, oh, woe is me, my hand is burned. That's how I take that. Like, I get things, but you're also not a doctor, neither am I. If she feels like she needs to go to the doctor, by all means. But my thing with Haley is, I'm done, I'm over it. If you don't want to be here, get the fuck out. Don't have a job here, because every day I have messages from her every time she's supposed to be at work. Wanting it covered, needing it off. Then go. I don't want you here. And the excuse of burning my hand. Okay, now are you trying to get hurt in my kitchen so that you can get whatever? Mm-hmm. So that started me off bad. And then the whole coffee thing. Was it that big of a deal? No, but sometimes I feel you make mountains out of molehills. And especially when I'm in the middle of stuff, it just starts driving me nutty. Mm-hmm. The Kaylee thing is an issue for me. And it's an issue for Lauren. The one you're going to have to worry about is Lauren on that. He will be talking to you. That's your prerogative on that, what you want to do with Kaylee. Mm-hmm. You nor Sergio ever brought me paperwork from Kaylee. She said that you were supposed to bring that. She also said that I had that paperwork. Many things that I'm not going to go into with my conversation. That kind of stuff pisses me off. Having to be on a phone call with labor board, that's twice now with a fuck. And it's her word against my word on stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm over the Kaylee thing. I absolutely adored Kaylee, this, that, whatever else, but Kaylee never contacted me. When I hear Rebecca Anderson's name come out of somebody's mouth that I'm on the phone to saying, you sent information to him saying that you helped me cover shifts and made sure he had schedules into the next weeks with her on there. Did you do that?
No, I never said that.
Did you send stuff over there?
I printed out Kaylee's stuff and gave it to her.
Okay, your name as well as somebody else's name is being mentioned. And when they say on the phone to me, Rebecca Anderson, I have information here from Rebecca Anderson. Rebecca Anderson has stated that she helped you cover those shifts. No. And she is the one that sent the schedules. She has the schedules sent with Kaylee's name still on there. No. I'm like, well, of course you're going to have schedules with their name still on there.
Because it
was not covered. So
they come from my phone, okay. So maybe they were screenshots with my name on
it. But the thing is to me, I understand you trying to help Kaylee. To me, I do not feel Kaylee deserves that. That's my opinion, especially when she's asking me when she was pregnant if I would fire her so she could claim unemployment. Sorry, I get Kaylee's situation. I understand that. She would not respond to me for weeks. And then she comes back here thinking she's going to dictate her schedule or this or that. Both you and Sergio, both out of your mouths, told me that you did not think it was good for her to come back. Am I wrong to say that?
No, I really don't think it was.
So now you are trying to help her take advantage of something that I feel she should not have. As far as I'm concerned, she never contacted me. So when I hear your name and that stuff coming up, to me, that is shitting on us. You do not have our back at all. That's how I take that when I'm on a phone call. And now you're going to have to deal with Lauren on that one. That's not for me to decide, but it pisses me off. I completely put myself in your shoes. I do, I feel I try to go there. I feel I try to go there with you and Kaylee and understand that, because I know right where you're coming from. But I also know that, to me, that is shady and you're trying to get us into trouble. And if you believe that, she deserves that, because I know, I get the whole thing. I get everything. I know, I understand, and I try in my head to understand it completely. She's had every opportunity to go out and get another job. She's trying to milk buddies. She knew when she did not show up that whole next week. I tried to call her numerous times into when she was out, and she did not get a hold of me. How is that a no call, no show in your eyes? I don't need an answer. To me, I'm trying to understand where you're coming from to help her take advantage of a business, a small business. We're not a corporation.
Right.
Yes, we pay insurance on that. That's why the business has struggled. Steve gave everybody raises. We're lucky to still be open here for as much as goes out into that insurance, what way they pay the government every month. So when you're helping somebody, to me, I mean, I'm sure you have your reasons. That is your prerogative to do. But when I hear that somebody has sent schedules showing that she's on there, and your name is mentioned saying, well, Rebecca said she was working with you to cover the schedules, and you're giving all of this information against us, then obviously you are not happy to be here with us. That's how I take that.
That's the thing.
Okay, then how is that information sent, and why is your name on there is what I would need to understand, as well as telling somebody that you think we're mad at you for the whole situation, which I didn't even know about until yesterday. So are you sure on that one, Rebecca? Please don't lie to me on that.
That I'm mad about it?
About the whole Kaylee thing, that you think she should get unemployment, and you think that we're mad at you because you were helping her get it. You didn't talk to anybody about that?
Someone told me that you guys were mad at me for talking about that. And I talked to Alyssa yesterday, and I said, I think they're mad at me because I told Kaylee to file unemployment, but I thought I didn't know she didn't get a hold of you for a week. I thought it was just her mental health thing.
Kaylee, she did not contact me.
Mm-hmm.
I sent her a thing. I called her. I tried to go up there and visit her. I called her after she got out. I tried texting her. She ignored me. She answered one text when I said, I love you. I hope you're doing good. She said whatever, which she sent to the guy. She leaves the parts out to the guy, whatever. I don't even fucking care anymore. I'm just over it. You guys get me so irate. I'm just fucking over it. Because I absolutely adored her, and now I've just stepped, I kind of, all I go to in my head is, Kylie, to me, when you're ignoring me and not responding, she did respond there, and I'm like, are you going to come talk to me? Yes, that's the last I hear, until suddenly it's, I want to cover Randall's shift. Absolutely fucking not. You never came in and talked to me. Then she comes in on the Wednesday, and I tell her at that time, I have no doctor's information. As far as it looks to me, you quit. You have that. Rebecca and Sergio brought that. No, they never brought me anything, Kaylee. I have nothing, but all I had was, I can't go by anybody else. I need it out of your mouth, or I need medical. And that's what I kept telling that guy. If I had medical excuse, we wouldn't be having this conversation right fucking now. Never received it. So my thing is, that's where I'm at. Off on the wrong foot yesterday. I don't really know if that is the way I felt about you. You would have already been gone a long time ago. I feel like I know that we have a struggle at times. I get that. But I absolutely adore you. I love you. I think you're a fucking amazing worker. That is a huge loss if we lose you out of here. But also, we have to watch our backs. If you don't have
I think
ours,
there's a lot of shit
then
being
I'm
said.
done. Okay, the shit that is said is what I'm getting from a guy from the
Yes.
labor board. So if you need to go clear that up, that's what I would
think
suggest.
I need to do.
And if
I need
Kaylee
to
is
do. I need
using
to.
you as that and it's falsification, you need to make them aware of that, because Lauren is going to be
Thanks,
talking
ladies.
to you, and I don't.
See ya.
Have a good day. Good to see you.
So we got a roar, make them roar, huh?
Yeah.
I'm trying to take my picture with the ladies.
That'll be epic.
Where are we pictured?
Right here with buddies in the background, yeah.
The sun's in my eyes.
Oh, well, that's all right. Yeah. Oh, take more, really.
Have a good day.
Well, that guy, the thing is, too, he's never called me. Why hasn't he called me for verification?
You aren't a manager. I don't know.
But
I'm
if
not.
it's my statement,
Okay.
supposedly. Guess I'll call him. I don't know who he is. Do you know his name?
I mean, I will send you his number if you want to call and talk to him. He's already sent this stuff through. He might be able to pull that up. But I don't know how else he would have got that stuff unless you're sending it. And I don't know. I mean, I know, but I like, you would have had to have sent that with your statement on there. You had to have sent something with statements on there, because he referenced you specifically. They're not going to reference unless you did that. That is where I'm at today. I had to step way back because I did get my panties in a knot yesterday morning. I know I'm not a doctor, but I've been around the block a few times. Sorry, I have no sympathy on stuff like that. As far as I'm concerned, Haley's milk and stuff, I just am over that. I have no sympathy. Yeah, sorry you burned your hand. Yeah, it doesn't look bad to me. If you feel you need to go to the doctor, by all means go to the doctor. Stitches, you can still have numbness and stitches for years after you have stitches. So you should, Randall, but yeah. And I gave Randall that option. Did you want to go get stitches? Okay, is that going to come back on me? Is somebody going to come in and try to sue us now because I didn't go have somebody to fuck in the hospital or this or that? So then that's where my mind starts going and all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, you know, I feel, I feel like, you know, you've done a lot for us, but we've done a lot for you. You have the best fucking shifts in this fucking restaurant. And to turn around and just, to me, to turn around and pretty much smack me in the face and kick Lauren in the ass, it doesn't set well. And that is what I'm going by is my phone call yesterday. And when somebody's sending out schedules, yeah, I'm just gonna take all those schedules and I'll just start doing a weekly schedule for everybody, and we'll just mix it up in there, because I'm tired of it. Like, that to me it's just shady and it's not cool. It just wasn't cool. But you need to stand firm in who you are. I'm not against that. We can always agree to disagree on that.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that we can definitely disagree on. I do not feel Kaylee deserves, what's it called? Unemployment. She's had plenty of opportunity, especially when she's standing in front of me saying that she was applying for jobs. She really didn't like the energy in here, blah, 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 blah. Sergio didn't want her in here anymore. felt it was too much for her. That's why I talked to you about it. That's why, whatever. Lauren had already wrote her off because she was a no-call, no-show. So, you know, that's your prerogative on that, but it's also our prerogative to be like, okay, that's just not cool. So,
Well, I'll make some calls. You want to send me that guy's number?
yes. And I just also need to, and that's the big thing, Rebecca, is, I mean, you fucking kick ass in here. Like, I get a lot of things. I understand things. I don't want you to not be the person that you are, but it's also just frustrating on, like, I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, obviously we're not gonna get along all the time. We're not gonna whatever, you know, but that kind of stuff, I just can't. I'm not, it's like drug dealing to me. You want the people to have your back that it's a small family business. We're not a corporation. Sorry. I don't want people in here that are like, yeah, fuckers. Like, I get it. We can agree to disagree on those kind of things, but at the same time, that's a pretty big just, no, her last, it has you stating what her last day was. That's not for you to state.
That doesn't, no, I didn't.
They have you stating what her last day was, that you helped me cover shifts. There were 3 other things on there, and so I had to make sure he realized you are not a manager.
Right.
Once again, it goes back to that where I feel like, really? Are we at this again?
That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know why it's being said. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. And I understand things, but I also understand, because my heart is like, over things. Because you feed 50 million people at your house. I understand things, but I also understand when I click over in my business side of my brain, you know where I go.
Right.
And I have no problem just going, sorry, I've been around the block too many times. That's why I don't have friends. Period. I don't. I do not have friends. Period. And it's not because I don't give you, or I'm always thinking the worst of you. Absolutely not. I'm always wanting the best from you. That's what I want. I'm always seeing the best in you. Until I'm getting phone calls, or until somebody's saying, or this, Rebecca, what? And I always come to you face to face with things. So I expect the same in return. And I a lot of times don't feel that I get that. If you think that I should have sent Haley to the doctor yesterday, and that's why I got a little fired up, was because that's what I felt like in that whole thing. And then bringing Randall back around, it was kind of like a thing of, you know what, you should be taking these people to the doctor. Yeah, like, I get that kind of things, but I'm over it. Like, yeah, if it's an emergency, I do think I know those kind of things. But that kind of is something, should Randall have had stitches? That's his thing. I gave him the do you want to go get stitches? Came out of my mouth. And we went around it the other way. He can fill his hand now. Of course, I have to get on the phone to him yesterday after the whole labor thing to make sure he wasn't going to go sue us or something for his fucking hand being all mutilated and awful because he didn't go get stitches. No, he's totally fine. It's not even something he thinks about anymore. He can move it. Oh, the numbness is gone. Oh yeah, that's about right. I'm done talking. If you need to talk, if you need to say anything, or will you watch the restaurant while I talk to Afternoon?